Good morning. Welcome to Caliente Topics. This is your daily tax webcast. I'm Veronica Russell from MMTAXMAN.com along with Patrick Russell from M&M as well. Good morning to you, Patrick.
Good morning, Veronica. Thank you so much, guys. Today we're going to go in a different tangent in our topic. It's something that her and I are going through right now, our annual workers' compensation insurance audit. And we are using the bad word audit, but keep in mind it's not a surprise. Those that have payroll employees and have gone through the workers' compensation policy cycle, they understand that there is always that reconciliation audit at the end of the term. Softball question for you, Veronica. In the states of Arizona where we operate, have payroll and have clients, is it necessary and required to have workers' comp?
Definitely it is required and necessary in those two states that you just mentioned.
With payroll, you definitely, if you have salaried or paid by the hour employees where you have a paycheck and taxes withheld with a W-2 at the end, you are supposed to have insurance coverage on work-related injuries that may occur throughout the course of the day. Softball question number 2. If I'm paying myself as a salaried owner of, let's say, an S corporation, do I have to pay workers' comp on myself?
No, you are required to show how much money you pay to yourself.
Sure.
But it's disregard from the final bill, which means that you don't pay anything on yourself. Why? Because workers' comp assumes that you're not going to sue your own company.
Very good. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. So that related party transaction or just the idea that the owner and the company are kind of one and the same when it is in this rationale. And so you are able to exempt any salaried owner wages out of the equation. Now, with workers' comp, you just mentioned the wages. Why is it so important to exempt officer/owner wages from the equation? How is workers' comp calculated, the premium?
Yeah. So workers' compensation, it's not calculated based on your gross income. It's calculated based on the amount of money that you pay to your employees.
Very good.
Which means that you can be making $1 million, but if you only paid $500,000 in payroll, that will be the amount that they're going to be using for the calculation.
Very good. And then the next factor that goes into your premium calculation is what industry you're in.
Definitely.
The idea is that if the likelihood of a payout to the insurance company is higher, because let's say you're working on top of a roof versus working at a desk, they will factor that in with what they call the class code, which is just the bean counters down at the bottom basement, the actuaries that come out with the likelihood of a payout because of the activity. They turn that into a decimal number, right? And so they'll apply that decimal number to what you had said before, the wage base, salary base, in order to determine what your annual premium would be, right? Now, next softball question is, so you need to have workers' comp insurance on day one at the beginning of the year. How do they know how to calculate your initial premium if you haven't even conducted business for the first year yet? How does that work?
Definitely. So if this is your first year doing business, they're going to get obviously information how many years you have been doing, a particular job. It's going to be an estimate. So they're going to ask you, hey, how much do you estimate that you're going to be making? Obviously, you can come out with $20,000 and at the end you can make $200,000, which most likely you're gonna get a bill at the end because you said 20 and then now it's 100. So the first year is kind of tricky just because you don't know if the business is gonna go up or maybe it can be less than 20,000. So just understand that the first year is gonna be like that, kind of tricky enough.
Very good. So it's really only the first year that is a little bit of a mystery, because after that, all of your other policies are based on historical data, which unless you fire somebody, hire somebody, give raises and bonuses, which yes, all of those things are factored into the equation, your year-to-year workers' comp expense from first year on can easily be calculated and estimated pretty well. But now, let's start over though. Let's say we are on day one, we need workers' comp insurance, and we do have to once again come up with a ballpark figure in order for us to establish what the premium base should be, which then of course comes to us in the form of a bill from the insurance company to which you paid off. Now, we go through the year And now we come to the end of the term of the policy, and this is where we have that reconciliation audit. You'll end up getting a notification from your carrier that says, okay, it's time for your yearly audit. What does that mean? What kind of information are they looking for at the end of the year now, Veronica?
Yeah, definitely. So you're going to get a letter about 30 to 90 days before, depending on the company that you have as
the end of the term, end of the year.
As provider. And you're going to have to show proof of payroll reports, which it will be payroll summary reports, 941s, 940 if that's the end of the year, which it will most likely will. And once you send that information, they're going to come out with either a bill or a refund at the end.
Very good. So at that point, at the end of the year, we actually have payroll reports and payroll summary reports from either whatever the software that you're using, the computer system that you're using. So now we can easily reconcile our estimated base at the beginning of the year and now see what actually happened. Now, what she's explaining is that there is a situation where if your estimate at the beginning of the year was too low, for instance, let's say you estimated your gross wage and salary expense to be $100,000, but it came in at $150,000, right? Removing the owner's salary and all of the exempt salary categories, assuming that, but you're still undershying your estimate by $50,000. What's going to happen, Veronica?
Yeah. Well, once again, if you underestimate how much money you were going to make, and then you're going to get a bill with the difference, and then that's when you have to pay. Now, just to kind of close this webcast and then moving forward for tomorrow, the companies understand that the first year is kind of tricky, and even other years, which means that every 6 months you can call the company and you can tell them, hey, I estimated $20,000, but it's already 6-7 months into the year. So now instead of me claiming $20,000, I want to make sure that you guys get $40,000, $60,000, and then send me the bill now, so they can do the adjustment, and they can actually do that in the middle of the year.
And thankfully, last point, that's final note. Technology has made it so much easier now. You're essentially bypassing having to make an appointment or a phone conversation with an agent of some kind or a middleman. You have now access to your own account online, a dashboard that now allows you to make those immediate changes to your payroll. You now don't have to wait and get a bill at the end of the year. You already know when you change the rate for some of your workers or took on an additional payroll or even fired somebody. So now your ability to have much more of a real-time estimate and your ability to correct is now greater and more available now more than ever. Guys, the quickest way to get a quick answer is by using the comment box below. Send us your quick questions. We'd be more than happy to help. Guys, don't just subscribe to this show, but be a part of this show. We will be doing this daily pro bono tax workshop every day. Yep. And so please let us know. Be part of the show to make it much, much more fun. Guys, remember, no matter what comes your way today, no matter what obstacles or challenges you may face, you just need to remember one thing. Give them hell! Have a great day, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.